We continue to live with the deadly consequences of Joe Biden's horrific leadership. Nearly 100,000 Afghans were recklessly released into the United States with little to no vetting. There was no regard for the disorder and violence that this would unleash on American communities and American culture. Reportedly, thousands of these strangers and unknown individuals were flagged to the Biden administration for national security, public safety, and fraud concerns. But the terrifying truth is that the Afghanistan debacle is just a small part of Democrats' complete and total betrayal of the American people during the Biden years. The tragedy that we just witnessed the day before Thanksgiving is a reminder that untold thousands of terrorists, gang members, and criminals were invited into our country and remain here to this very day. In the wake of last week's atrocity, it is more important than ever to finish carrying out the president's mass deportation operation. America cannot allow millions upon millions of unvetted illegal aliens to be rewarded with amnesty after they broke our nation's laws to come here. They must go back to their home countries.
People that shouldn't be in our country this way.
So you announced that asylum.
And that includes Somalians and includes plenty of others.
How long does your administration plan to pause asylum into the U.S.?
I think a long time.
Can you give any
We
kind
don't
of
want
time?
them.
What's
We
a
don't
long
want those
time?
people. We have enough problems. We don't want those people.
Is that a year, 2 years?
No time limit.
And then
But it could be a long time.
you said that.
We don't want those people. Do you understand that?
I understand.
You understand it?
I understand.
Who
what
are
you're
you
saying.
with?
I'm with News Nation. So
Okay,
my
News
name's
Nation.
Liberty.
News Nation. Great.
Thank you,
Let me
Mark.
just tell you something. We don't want those people. Does that make sense? You know why we don't want them? Because many have been no good, and they shouldn't be in our country. I have spoken to both families. Well, I mean, I can give you an update. They're devastated. Does that make sense to you?
Of course.
They're devastated.
Can you give us an update on Andrew?
Well, as you know, the one is no longer with us, and Andrew is fighting for his life. And his parents are unbelievably great people, highly religious people, and they're praying, and they want everybody to pray for Andrew, and he has a chance to make it, but he is, his mother and father, they were so unbelievable. They were so positive. From West Virginia, great state. I spoke with Sarah's parents too, and the only thing I can say, they were devastated. I've already suggested it. I said, when you're ready, because that's a tough thing, come to the White House. We're going to honor Sarah. And likewise with Andrew, recover or not, we're going to honor her.
When the war in Afghanistan came to its chaotic conclusion, roughly 90,000 Afghans became eligible for entry into the United States with special immigrant visas. A man who shot 2 National Guards a block from the White House yesterday was one of them. Joining us live is Republican strategist John Jordan. John, good to see you this morning. So what this has done, it's really shone a light on the Biden administration's vetting process, hasn't it? Especially after a recent report found that 55 of those evacuees were marked on a terror watch list.
Yeah, this just illustrates the folly of the American withdrawal from Afghanistan in 2021. You cannot properly vet that many people and then bring them into the United States in that sort of a time frame. Remember, the withdrawal was hurriedly planned because Biden wanted to celebrate the end of the war by September 11th. So it wasn't done on a military timetable or a public safety timetable. It was done on a political timetable for President Joe Biden, who wanted to get his big, beautiful bill through Congress, which didn't happen. So this is an issue that Republicans have talked about for a long time, and unfortunately and sadly, it came true today. But I think that the legacy of the chaotic American withdrawal from Afghanistan is actually even grimmer than what happened yesterday. When we did that and abandoned our 20-year commitment, that message was heard loud and clearly in Tehran, Pyongyang, Beijing, and in Moscow. It wasn't too long after that. It was 4.5 months after that Russia moved into Ukraine. So, we live in a hyper-connected world, and the legacy of that withdrawal and that political stunt lives on.
Is there a lesson in this for other nations, and perhaps including ours, when you're taking folks from war zones?
Yeah, I think look, every country has a right to know who it is admitting. I mean, immigration is part of the Western tradition, and nobody's suggesting that be abandoned. But at the same time, every country has a right to borders. Australia, being an island, is uniquely situated. But know who all of us are admitting and decide, is this person going to enhance or be a positive part of our society or not? And, obviously, health is part of that. Mental health is part of that. Background in terrorism, criminal record is part of that, as well as job skills, whether or not they're going to be on the public dole or not.
So, I mean, it's a good point, isn't it, that when someone who seems fine at first and then passes all of the initial tests, how do you guarantee that they stay that way, though, in the long run?
Well, there's two great question. First of all, there's no guarantee. There's no real information here. There was much of a testing at all. A lot of these things, vetting, quote unquote, vetting was done on the telephone. How do you even know who you're talking to? It has to be done a lot more thoroughly. You cannot vet 90,000 people from a country that far away, or any country for that matter, in that sort of time frame. So that didn't even really happen. So let's put that aside and dismiss that there actually was a vetting. And second of all, even if you did vet them properly, especially people from societies whose religion is let's just suffice to say, very, very different from those of Western liberal democracies, with very different values, they can get radicalized online. Something can go wrong in their personal life, and a lot of these other issues can raise their heads. So it's important when we do immigration. This is true of Australia, Canada, the U.S., and the U.K. Is that immigration should be based on assimilation. That when you join a new society, you immigrate, you become a happy part of that. You can bring parts of your home society with you, but you are joining a new society, not bringing your old society with you in the intent of changing your new country.